Championship match of the Lady Ebonite Classic. We're at Ebonite Galaxy Lanes in Columbia, Tennessee. I'm Jan Schmidt, along with Kim Adler. Liz Johnson, top seed of this tournament. And as we know, top seed has won 11 of the 12 singles events this year. Amazing stat.
It's unbelievable in that position.
Because they come in cold, and typically that's been closer to a 50% range, 60% range, and we're at 92% on top seeds. Any explanation?
The wind, the air, the vibes, I have no idea. All just safe to say that I want to fight out everybody to get into that #1 position.
Exactly. Leanne Barrette, her 7th show of the year. Come on, sit on it. Just laid there, didn't knock it down.
Not enough help from that pin in the gutter. Need a little more life there. Need somebody down and back there to help her out. You know, she threw a pretty good shot. You know, it's just a little transition in the lanes, as we know in a championship match. You get a little movement of the oil, and so it's time to make a small adjustment for her.
Covers it up, no problem, and it was a close one last night. I told you Kim Terrell getting into that match. She defeated Tish Johnson, who really had some tough breaks that last game. Carol Giannotti blocked back from Australia, top 10 after a knee surgery.
And we have scorekeeping in the booth with us this week, Rachel Perez and Michelle Feldman, another Ebonite staff member.
Leanne in the second frame now, working on that spare. And another four pin, tripping on lane 21. PWBA.com underwent a facelift over the summer and recently unveiled its new look. The Beauty runs more than skin deep. It's your information source for PWBA, including schedules, entries, player bios, photos, and standings. Plus, it displays a complete line of the new PWBA logoed merchandise and the live scoring. Make sure you check it out. Please check out our sponsors as well. And another trip 4-pin.
And you know, the thing with Liz this week is she had a really unique shot compared to everyone else. Everyone else was playing all over the lane from the first, second, third arrow. Liz stayed right in the area she's in now. She's throwing that ball 6, 7, 8 is what she told us she'd be playing, and that's exactly where she is.
And that's when you can count on Liz Johnson to make a show or be in the lead, because she's so good at doing that.
And she's the only one that can be playing that part of the lane per week. I don't know what I do. Every week I see her play there or another area, and I try and play there, and I cannot strike.
Well, she just throws harder if she needs to, and she can stay out there. And she has the front 3, and now's a good time to mention that there's a $10,000 bonus out there for 300 on television by Gary and Linda Feldman, Michelle's grandparents, and Bud Harvard.
Oh, you're starting early with those 3 strikes.
I am. I'm getting it out there right now, and there's some all-time titleists. Lisa Wagner, of course, the most prolific. Alita Sill, 31. Leanne Barrette, 26, pushing for 27 tonight. And Patty Costello, Tish Johnson. Carolyn Doran Ballard, one of those tied at 19. There's 4 of them there. She was hoping to get to 20.
And I'm sure that Leanne is thinking somewhere down the line about being installed into the Hall of Fame. Another good shot there from Leanne. See, she made that small adjustment, I believe, and it definitely worked out for her.
Well, she is the defending champ here and going for her 4th title of the year against Liz Johnson, who's looking for her 1st title this season. There's a look at some of those champions. Lady Ebonite Classic. There's Leanne last year, and the other year she won. Carolyn Doran Ballard up there. Kim Adler. Who's that?
I won a couple times.
Wow. Yeah. Imagine that.
Very nice trophies, too.
Yes. Always a good trophy at the Lady Ebonite Classic. Leanne Barrette trailing by 10. And ouch. 2-8-10. Not really any good way to make this, is there, Kim?
You know, she might have made a small adjustment a little further left on the lane, too, to try and compensate for maybe some more hook there, and it just dead skid for her, and that's the result. You know, let's give this a run. Let's give the crowd something to cheer on here. Let's see her make this. Do you think she's going to go for it?
No.
Get those 2 early on in a match.
Definitely, especially on a double. She's on a strike. And she gets 2. That's important on the strike. You never know when it's going to come back to haunt you. Both of these ladies we started keeping some stats on the shows for this fall, and both of these ladies on one show are at 50% on their striking ratio. So they're striking half of the time. Leanne Barrette 80% on spares. The one she missed was a 310, a split. Liz Johnson 100%. No open frames. That only threw one telecast this year though.
Well, we just had a graphic up there concerning her being the third woman to shoot a 300 on television. Maybe she's going to become the fourth as well.
Maybe, and she received $50,000 for that 300 from Travelodge. Nice bonus. The other two were Cara Honeychurch and, of course, Michelle Feldman, who unfortunately did it before there was a bonus available. Fourth TV show and 8 top 10s, not a bad season. She's been struggling off and on with a little bit of lower back problem. She has a herniated disc.
Oh, great shot there. She really stayed down with that shot. She's trying to stay a little slower on that lane compared to the first lane, compared to the right lane. She's staying slow, which is something she's been working on.
Leanne Barrette, the travel partner of Kim Terrell, who you saw earlier, and she said that works well for her. She feeds off of Kim a lot, they talk a lot, and it's definitely helped her this year. And that's true in many cases. It helps when you room and get along with somebody. Your success can be passed along.
Absolutely. They have the same temperament, and it just kind of breeds within the room and the traveling.
I know you and I experienced that when we roomed for a period of time. I won my first title and you won yours, right?
I won my first title.
Yes, immediately following. Or
we ate well in the restaurants for a couple weeks there.
Yes, so a lot of finding a good roommate, very, very important. You have to get along, live together.
Yes.
Do your routine. So Leanne Barrette now under the gun here. She'll need to continue striking.
Taking a little extra time there.
Oh, well, the 4-pin tripped, but
yeah,
the 10
we saw the trip
there.
4 there.
Leanne's 1 and 2 on television career versus Liz Johnson. Leanne only averaging 198 against Liz Johnson on TV. And Liz averaging 229 against Leanne Barrette on TV. Pretty big difference there.
Now Liz has just been what we consider the epitome of consistency here. She's trying to keep it at 6, 7, 8 in that range. Right up 6, 7 then. Little trip 4 there, same shot. Are these the same 3 shots? Because that's what it looks like.
And those were our last 3. This is 5. And
that was definitely not the same shot. In fact, you could see the ball was slowing down at the pins a lot more so than those replays. So that tells us that she definitely got a little slow on that shot. A little carryover from the left lane.
Well, that turned things around very quickly here. At least put Leanne Barrette a little bit closer to the match. She takes the wood, smart to take the 2 pins.
Now you would never know it by looking at Liz's face that she's probably a little upset with her shot there. She's very cool, calm. You never really tell what her emotions are. She's one of those poker faces, and she's pretty much emotional like the rest of us when it comes to this. Thinking about a good shot here.
She's in the lead now by 27. Max score possible for her if she strikes out 262. Leanne Barrette 235, as she could do. 10 pin. She'll change balls and just try to convert the spare. Okay, she covers it up, and we'll return in a moment to see who will be this year's Lady Ebonite. Right now, the scales are tipped for Liz Johnson's favor. She's in the lead by 27 pins.